award. So I thank them for where they chose to live and return to Omaha. I also want to remember and thank my supportive and loving husband, Bill, who unfortunately passed away a few months ago.
Don't know what you heard, but at this point, my siblings and my parents, and of course, my husband I mentioned passed away a few months ago, and without his support and his love, I couldn't have continued to pursue education, couldn't have done all the different things I did in my career without him. He chose to be a stay-at-home dad for our children, so that I could continue on with my work. And my daughter Brianna is here. And of course, I'm grateful for my granddaughter Stella, who's at the table, 12-year-old, 7th grader, who keeps me moving and as young as I can possibly be at this point in time.
Wow.
During my time at Burke, I enjoyed so many innovative learning opportunities. I talked to the students today about that. I held leadership roles and engaged in social activities. Had a great counselor for 1 year, Mr. Brackey, who's here. And to provide the context from over 50 years ago for those who weren't around back then, I attended Beveridge Junior High beginning in 1967, when it held 6th through 9th grade, then on to Burke 1970. We were the largest incoming sophomore class, 647 students at that point, and that was 3 years after the school had opened. We had a modular class schedule, 21 mods in a day, each mod being 20 minutes long. Some days we had small group lessons, classes for 2 mods, 2 or 3 days a week, and once a week we had a large group mod for 3 mods in the auditorium with all the other sections of our class. And that enabled us to take more classes than we could have in a regular 7 to 8 period day. And we were known. There were people from around the world who came to see this modular system that we had. The interior walls were movable to accommodate small and medium-sized classes, which are not movable now. The physics curriculum was set up in packets so that you could work at your own pace in a large lab area. And when you finished the packet, you went into a testing cell room. If you passed, you moved on to the next packet, and your report card grade was based on the number of packets that you completed. So if it took you a year and a half to complete all the packets, it took you a year and a half, and you got your final grade at the end there. The social studies curriculum had moved to an inquiry-based model, and any teachers here know that that's the model that's really been pushed, rather than strictly lecture and testing. And girls were very excited in my junior year because we got to wear pants.
Yeah.
And skirts before that.
Yep.
So it was a great time for the girls during my time in high school. And there was a jukebox in the cafeteria, so we could play music. My favorite hangout was in the physics lab, sitting in a window ledge, looking out over acres and acres of cornfields just on the other side of Dodge. I was in the marching band, orchestra, pep band, student council, German club, National Honor Society, and really was thrilled to be selected to represent Burke at Girls State in Lincoln. And as you heard, one of my favorite teachers was Mr. Haar, David Haar, U.S. government. And he really did help me to be able to speak in front of a group about Japanese American history and my family's experience, which led me to go on and visit 7 out of the 10 camps and do teacher training workshops around the country for over 30 years. I met with teachers and did day-long workshops, 3-day workshops, and worked with Humanities Council. and had week-long workshops in Los Angeles. So thank you, Mr. Har. I attended his funeral last year, I believe it was. And I have not seen him since I graduated high school. I became a teacher, special ed, and English language learning, professor, and finally associate dean before retiring from full-time work, but education remained a part of me. When I retired, I wanted to get back to being with the students, so I signed up as a substitute teacher for OPS. And that brought me full circle back to Burke High School, where I have subbed for my niece, Crystal Ishii, who's a special ed teacher at Burke. So thank you, Burke High, for all the things that you did, ways that you helped me to be formed. Thank you to the Alumni Association for all the good that you do, helping Burke continue to improve for future generations of Bulldogs. Thank you.